Our product doesn't represent all social groups in the opening, but throughout our film, most social groups will come in and be represented. In some ways, we will show stereotypical representation, which will build the audience's feelings about our characters, but stereotypes will also be challenged through some of our reputation and exchange of power. In our opening, only the male gender is represented. He is represented as independent as he lives alone, but this representation isn't really a stereotypically positive one, as he is also represented as being dependent on medication. And when he is doing his monologues, he is seen as weak, as it is clear he needs a female support as he is asking her to come back. Throughout our film, female characters will be seen as the weaker gender, because our female character is the victim, but she will be strong as she overcomes the problems by herself, although our male character will be seen as psychologically dominant, but that won't be seen as good as he is the antagonist through our film. We represent disability in our opening, and it will be an on-running theme throughout our film. Our disability is represented through mental instability. It isn't said explicitly, but there are clear signifiers of the pill bottle, and his mental health clearly deteriorates as he stops taking his medication. We had to be careful as to how we represented mental illness because we didn't want to offend anyone, but it is an integral part of our film, as it is all about how different people's psyche works and what makes people fall out of neuroses into psychoses. We will counterbalance the negative portrayal of Harry's mental illness by having flashbacks to when he is medicated, which will show him functioning the same as everyone else. In our opening, age is represented as being quite young. We wanted Harry to be in his late 20s or early 30s because he needs to be old enough to convincingly play Penny's father. Penny will be in her early teens. Even with this in mind, when looking back at our film, our actor seems a bit younger. To overcome this, we tried to make his mannerisms as old as possible, and by using low-key lighting to try and hide his youthful look. As we continue in our film, it will be the younger characters that are represented most positively. I think this is a good way to go about it because we are relating to our target audience. Our target audiences are teenagers, so they'll respond better to their demographic being represented positively. We won't have much representation of ethnicity in our film, as it's not really relevant to the content. Our film is going to be set in a middle-class suburban area to highlight the fact that there can be danger anywhere. In these areas there aren't many ethnicities anyway, other than white middle class, and any others will be probably seen as a minority or token character.